here. Those questions whenever you guys are ready.
Brandon, can you take us through that booth neck play with DJ? It seemed like that was really the nail in the coffin there. Can you walk us through what you saw and what the play DJ made?
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, Coach Sweeney called that play, and it was awesome. It was something that, we just felt like they're just really, really pursuing the ball hard, especially in that situation. You know, we didn't want to risk a pass and then stop the clock because we got them to at least use all their timeouts. And so Coach Sweeney had a great thought right there, and man, the guys just went out there and executed it, and it was so fun to see. Guys showed patience. Like DJ had a great job on the fake, all right, and then just finishing right there in the end zone was awesome.
Brandon, that stretch in the first half, you guys are having trouble finishing, and then less than 2 minutes, DJ takes him down for that one score. Yeah. After the half, you come back out there the first time you hit the ball. You do the same thing.
Yeah, you know, our for the most part, I feel like our 2-minute offense has been pretty productive, and I think these guys have been thriving off of those situations, and it really gives us a little bit more up tempo. And man, it was really good, like you said, to finish right before half, and then to build on that in the second half, coming out the first drive. I think defense stopped them right away. And then that first drive to go ahead and get some points on the board was very, very critical. So just really proud of these guys on how they've responded in a lot of different ways. We've had a lot of different scenarios these first 5 games, and just super proud of their guts and their heart.
Coach, 2 biggest games of the season so far and no turnovers. Have to be pretty pleased about that.
Absolutely. We talk about that all the time, and just how, if we can have great ball security and don't turn that ball over to the other team, man, we're going to win a lot of games. All right, we're going to be very, very hard to beat when we can protect the ball like that. So, just very, very pleased with that, with our offense, and made some big plays as well, which was really, really good to see, and it's just given me more and more confidence as a play caller and as an offensive staff, the way that these guys are playing in those big situations.
In a game of matchups, your tight ends, what they've been able to do, how has that changed what defense is going to do?
Well, it's been really important for us just because we've been able to utilize the tight ends in a lot of different ways. So defenses have a hard time figuring out exactly where we're going to use them, and whether they're in the box using them as blockers or things like that, or we're going to spread them out. And so we got so much talent in that room, and man, those guys are doing a great job of making plays when the ball is thrown to them, whether they're covered or not, and that's special. And DJ, I know, is gaining more and more confident with those guys, and so we're just going to continue to build on that.
Well, would you say that's one of the biggest keys to your success offensively this year?
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things that we worked on a good bit from the spring all the way through preseason camp, is just utilizing that tight end room even more so. And they got to earn it, and they earned it. And it's week in and week out they're showing up.
Coach Shipley has talked about wanting to be more of a receiving threat. Obviously, he gets pushed into the sideline there, and then the next play, he perhaps will scores a touchdown. I mean, Is that emblematic? What do you think he can be for this offense?
He is. He's such a versatile player. I mean, he really is, and we knew it when we took him as a recruit, and just to see him, be productive in different ways. And then that catch down the sideline, just incredible. Just an incredible throw and catch. Guys making plays, like I said earlier, and I got a ton of confidence in him in the passing game as well as the running game.
Brandon, I'm sorry if you already talked about it, but just that bootleg on 3rd down, can you kind of take me through that call, what it was like?
Yeah, well, we got them to use all their timeouts, so we definitely didn't want to throw the football and risk stopping the clock, being up what we were up. And so Coach Sweeney had the idea of, hey, let's get under center and let's really sell that run action. And those guys sold out, man. And then we knew they're big time pursuers, especially in that situation. And DJ did a great job with the fake, and made it work. And so that was a special moment for sure.
Coach, I think it was Tucker who came in when Parks went down. How do you think he performed tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go watch the film, but just proud of those guys of being ready. We talk about it every week, and that's one of the things I talked about this morning with them. Everybody in this room, no matter whoever's traveling, you better be ready to play, and because sooner or later your time's going to come, and just being ready. So I'll be anxious to watch the film to see how he did, but it was good to get him in there for sure.
How's Antonio grown from game 1 to game 5? Obviously got the start today.
Yeah, I mean, And the first thing that comes to mind is his confidence about making different types of catches, and he's really in every situation so far. He's been able to make catches and he's been able to perform at a high level. The details are going to be big for him to keep. Keeping discipline and staying disciplined is going to be big for him to continue to improve. But man, he is special, and that's what I challenge the guys tonight, man. When the lights are on, do what you do in practice. Treat it like it's practice, and they did a good job of that.
You knew this would be a physical game. How important was it for Will Shipley to come out and set that tone for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, just being able to. The first thing that comes to mind with Will is his physicality and his nastiness, and so that sets the tone right there. And they're a great football team. They're a great defense. They've done a great job over there, and give credit to them for doing some really, really good stuff. But just proud of our guys stepping up and start with Will Shipley and the toughness and the nastiness. And he sets the tone right there.
Coach Richardson and Coach Sweeney talked about the importance of the communication up front this week, just because of everything that stayed like so defensively. It seemed like the offensive line, no sacks.
I mean, the offensive line just continues to perform at a high level, and especially in protections. And like you just said, I mean, communication is the number one thing when you're talking about protections, especially when you're playing a team like that just does a lot of different stuff on defense. And so, of course, we stressed it all week long of making sure we're communicating, we're being loud, we're being decisive. And, man, just proud of those guys up front, and our tight ends protecting, and our running backs protecting, and DJ getting rid of the ball when he needs to get rid of the ball. It really everybody's involved in the protections, and but just super proud of those guys up front.
You seem like you have a few key runs that you really needed to have it. You feel like a performance tonight and the run game is something you can build upon for the offensive line? Yeah, for sure. And a couple of the big runs were, DJ made some big runs. One time in the second half, one time in the first half, had an explosive run, and I was just proud of these guys after the game, and just talked about how I love how we can win in different ways, and not just always being one-dimensional, and it's just giving me a ton of confidence in the run game and in the pass game. So, but we're going to always be able to run the ball and want to be able to run the ball just in different ways.
Now, back-to-back games where, last week was a top 25 matchup where you guys came out top in overtime. Now against the 10th ranked team in the country, y'all came out on top. Each week they're saying it's another big test. How big of a message did you guys send to the rest of college football today?
Well, there's no doubt that we're just gaining more and more confidence each week. And because of the situations that you just said that we've been in. We've been in an environment at Wake Forest as a really good football team. And it was an away game, and we were on the road, had to be road warriors, and found a way to get it done in crunch time and double overtime. And so our guys took a step forward there, and then getting another opponent, top 10 opponent in our home stadium, and again, a night game, a lot of electricity, man. It was fun. It was fun to watch our guys shine in crunch time, shine whenever these big games are coming about. And so just proud of them. They're growing up every single day, every single week, and they're learning something every single week.
You just mentioned winning in different ways. Last week you had to hit a bunch of big plays.
Yeah.
To get out of there. This week, was it more of a patient, kind of just take what's there and be efficient?
Well, in some ways that's what their defense does. I mean, they're more of a bend not break defense. They did a good job of mixing it up. They really did. And we missed on a couple big plays. I mean, you think about, there was one to Bo in the first half down the sidelines that we missed a throw. Then we had maybe the next drive to Antonio on a double move down the middle of the field, and just barely missed that one. And then obviously in the second half, ran a slant and go, and man, just that close, just that close of being, another 80 to 100 yards of offense and more points on the board. And we just got to finish drives too, down in the red zone. We relied on our kicker a little bit too much, and he's a heck of a player, man. So I'm glad we got him, but we got to score touchdowns out there.
It's another big day out of DJ. Do you feel like he's playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now?
Absolutely. I think his confidence has taken him to another level. This is who he is. I mean, this is the guy that we recruited. This is the guy that has just a ton of heart and passion for the game, and he just continues to work his tail off, and he's never compromised his work. So just really pleased with where he's at, and he's finding ways to win, whether it's with his legs, with his feet, scrambling, doing a lot of different ways. And he's trusting his receivers and tight ends and running backs. And so I feel really, really good about where he's at and how he's managing everything.
Do you feel like he's building up a Heisman resume right now?
Oh, man, I know one thing I told him afterwards. I said I don't care about stats one bit, but one of them, and that's just winning. That's the only stat we care about. And things like that will take care of themselves. I know we hadn't even thought about that at all, but he's just going to stay locked in and just continue to find ways to win for his teammates.
I'm sorry if you've already been asked this, but Jake was over there saying that DJ's last touchdown was kind of something you guys haven't really practiced a whole lot, and Dabo was kind of drawing it up as you go. Walk us through what's going on in the headset there.
Yeah, so we got their time. We got them to use all their timeouts, so we definitely didn't want to throw the ball, And Coach Sweeney had an awesome idea. Hey, let's get under center. They were flying to the ball, obviously. And even in that situation, I think it was 3rd and 10 or 11, something like that, or 9.
3rd and 9.
But so we got under center to make it look like more of a run. And DJ did an awesome job of selling it, and so did the guys up front. And man, it just worked out beautifully. So it was something we have not practiced. That was something that that Coach Sweeney had a great idea, and man, it worked to perfection.
What does that say about this coaching staff and Coach Sweeney that you're literally drawing up stuff kind of on the fly and it works?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, our offensive staff has been incredible to work with. They do an incredible job during the games of giving me ideas and thoughts, and they're seeing it too, So we got a really good thing going right now where we're kind of giving each other ideas and thoughts, and that's everybody. And obviously Coach Sweeney too, man. I mean, he sees it. He has a different perspective sometimes too, just coming from the head coaching position, and he gives us that perspective, and he can see things and feel things, and goes with his gut a lot, and a lot of time it works. And so it's just been fun so far.
Brandon, can you kind of point to, what's been the biggest reason why so many scramble type, improvise type plays have worked so well this year?
Yeah, well, one thing we work on it every day. It happens in practice, and so we have to emphasize it and coach it. And you look across any level of football, and when somebody scrambles, when a quarterback is scrambling, man, if you are taught the right thing and if you're executing it the right way, man, you can break away from those defenders, and whether it's a scramble run or it's a scramble pass. And so I really like the fact how DJ is able to, even in a scramble situation, he keeps his eyes down the field. He's not looking to tuck it and run right away. He's a guy that's looking to, look down the field first and then run if he has to. So all those things in mind, man, I just feel great about how these guys are responding when he does get out of the pocket.
And then on some of the 2nd and longs, any of those kind of maybe thought taking shots in on some of the, I think there were probably a lot of runs.
Well, I really didn't want to get into 3rd and long, to be honest with you. 3rd and long against that group is tough. Any group is going to be tough, but really just wanted to, just try to get some of it back to being a 3rd manageable. Some of them didn't work out like you hoped to, but that was a thought there.
And then DJ, just the growth he's made. Obviously you've seen it throughout the year, but going against that defense, it kind of put up the stats and the numbers that he did.
Just really proud of him, man. We talked about a couple throws that he missed, and he's every quarterback in the world is gonna miss throws every game, pretty much. I don't know if anybody's ever done a perfect game, but it's gonna happen, And I'm just proud of him continuing to come back after maybe a missed throw that we had a touchdown or something like that, and just keep battling. And our whole offense, that goes with our whole offense too. When we get our backs against the wall, these guys are responding, and that is a special trait to have as an offense, and it just gives me more and more confidence.
How big was that at the end of the half to kind of go down the field like that?
Being in that 2-minute drive, and our guys have been thriving in those situations, just up tempo a little bit, and guys are making plays, whether it's a scramble situation or just making plays in the run game. We had a couple big runs in that drive too. So man, they got a ton of confidence in that 2-minute drive.